Oh, Christ. Okay. Hello! This is another cooking video. Aldra Cooks, Olivia in the camera behind. We're making kimchi today because I am going to be, well, I hope I am. I'm pretty sure I am going to be paid by Homebrew Association to do an article write-up, and I like to record them as well. I did it last time with hot sauce. We're going to be making kimchi. It is the Brad Leone Bon Appetit way with a couple ingredient variations. I've got all the stuff ready. And then once that's done and we've got that all made, we're going to be making it a couple different ways, kind of go to a couple different regions of Korea and try them all out. The main ingredient for kimchi is you need cabbage. This is Napa cabbage in the US or Chinese leaf lettuce in England. Don't ask me why. It's cabbagey. This is going to be made with a bunch of vegetables. It's going to be made with gochugaru, which is a type of red chili flake made in Korea. Well, actually, it's made in Thailand, but you know what I mean. Shrimp paste, fish sauce, just a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to be great.
And here we have the narration back once again. To get started, you need to cut your cabbages. You want to keep the bottom bits, the roots, together, otherwise they'll just fly all over the place. Next up, you need to be washing it under cool running water to remove all of that disgusting dirt and debris, because cabbages and brassies in general can tend to hold on to it really well. Next up, we need to be salting our cabbage. I was using about 3.5 imperial pounds of cabbage. That means I need to use about a 1/4 cup of kosher salt. These precise measurements are variable, but the main thing is to keep a consistent ratio. You are trying to make a brine that will allow fermentation and also stop it, rotting. Mix it up real good to make sure it's incorporated.
That's it. Kimchi's ready. Enjoy your kimchi.
Woo! Tasty kimchi!
As my slightly disgusting self is explaining with wild arm movements and inarticulate gesturing, the reason you add salt to the cabbage is not only to provide the brine necessary, but also so as to help pull water out of the cabbage and weaken the cellular walls through osmotic action. This is what promotes a tender, juicy cabbage, but also still has a nice little crunch to it. Leave it about half an hour, give it a toss, and then leave it another hour, it'll be done. Next up, you need to make sure to cut the cabbage into the size that you want. You want a little big so it has some mouthfeel, but not too big. And then you can see all that delicious brine and water that was pulled out. Next up, you need to blitz together an onion and 15 garlic cloves, as well as however much ginger you happen to have in your fridge at the time. You want to blitz it until it is a tender, fine crumb. It can be easily mixed with the rest of the mixture. And then once it's done, you want to mix it with 1/8 cup of fermented shrimp paste. It smells really bad.
It smells like a Chinese cash and carry and a pet shop combined.
It may smell bad, but it adds tons of umami and delicious flavors, so you cannot skip this. Next up, you need to add as much gochugaru as you can handle. Most kimchi recipes will call for between 1 and 3 cups of this stuff. It's not crazy spicy, but 3 cups will be something you'll notice quickly. Next up is a tablespoon of very delicious yet kind of funky fish sauce. It has a really cool history, which for some reason I thought would be a good idea to interrupt my video to tell you about.
Fun fact, history time. This is called Nam Pla fish sauce. Nam Pla fish sauce is a Vietnamese fish sauce, and then here's a fun fact, it is the closest thing you can get in the world to ancient Roman garum, which is the most popular food commodity. It's like the ketchup of the Roman Empire, but it stopped being made. But by coincidence, Vietnam or Thailand also made them, and it's called Nam Pla. You can get it in Waitrose. It's the closest thing around.
Except, of course, you can clearly see that this was bought in M&S, not Waitrose. Good job, me. I also include about 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, so just some more of that tasty funkiness. This next incredibly vital yet sometimes skipped step is the inclusion of glutinous rice powder. This is super sticky once added to liquid, and it will serve a very important purpose of helping to solidify and gel up our kimchi and stop it tasting really watery and disgusting. Here's some kimchi that was made without glutinous rice powder. Look how watery it is. Simply add it all together into a little bowl until it looks like a kind of gross, gloopy red mush that you really kind of want to stick your face in. Oh, you can almost smell it, can't you? Now for all the other vegetables, we have some carrots that have been sliced very thinly, some broccoli, about 6 scallions, 8 tiny radishes, and a whole bunch of chives. One note, many people say you shouldn't combine 2 types of brassica in the same kimchi, which is what broccoli and cabbage are, but I actually really like the taste of fermented broccoli and cabbage, so, you do you. And the rest couldn't be easier.
All I gotta do is mix it and put it in the jar, and I'm done.
Just add it all into a big bowl and mix it around with your hands, smushing it all together until everything's kind of red and sticky and ooey and gooey. Thing is, we're not just mixing it all together, which is very important, but we are also bruising the cabbage and vegetables, making it a lot easier for its flavor to seep out and the fermentation goo to get in. It should look just like this, really red and consistent and all homogenized and basically like kimchi. Now just stack them all into your favorite fermentation vessels. Ooh, this angle isn't very good. Ah, that's better. Ooh, look how pretty that is. These vessels are really cool. They come with a lid with an inbuilt airlock, so nothing will get in, but excess air will come out from the fermentation process. Just keep it out of the sun, keep making sure to smush it down so it's completely covered in liquid, and you'll basically have kimchi in like a week. Don't forget to make sure that the rim is nice and clean and free from goo. And that is kimchi. All you gotta do is wait a little while and it will become kimchi. When it's sour enough to your liking, you can put it in your fridge to stop the process. It will continue to get more and more sour the longer it's in your fridge, but I actually really like it sour. In the next video, we're going to look at what the kimchi is like after a little while, and also look at an entirely new batch of kimchi together with a different recipe. This stuff is really good. It adds so much vitamin C and is incredibly low calorie, salty and sweet and umami, and it's amazing. Everyone needs to try it at least once. Make sure you do subscribe to the cooking channel, and of course, like and comment below. Tell me what you think about kimchi yourself. Bye-bye.
Talk about salt. Give us a history of salt right now.
Oh, god damn it. Salt's great. It's used for used to use salary. That's where the word salary comes from. Roman soldiers would be given salt. This is a very old fact. Everyone knows this. Roman soldiers used to be given salt as part of their salary package, which became why salt used to be referred to as salarium, hence salary, the pay packet you get at the end of your employment, or for your employment.